Have you dreamed lately of being the Night King from Game of Thrones? Well, here's your chance from the newest game from 10 Tons, Undead Horde. In this story, we are Orson, the very last necromancer captured by the paladins, banished by the righteous paladin and your arch enemy Benevictor. You start off the game by being freed by a pecking chicken, and now you're tasked to raise a new undead army. Kill the humans and destroy Benevictor and take everything back for the undead and your undead companions. In this RPG strategy hack and slash game, you are killing hordes of humans and animals and raising their dead lifeless corpses and using them in your own army. The game has quite a decent amount of depth. Every level you gain, you choose between 3 cards that let you increase your stats and health, damage, and army command power, which also determines the strength and quantity of your minions you can raise. There's a lot of loot in this game, so if you like Diablo-style loot and you're a loot junkie like I am, you're going to enjoy picking up and finding your next upgrades. As for you, the Necromancer Lord, when you're fighting side by side with your resurrected undead army, you have the ability to slash with your sword, hammer, or dagger, and do powerful damage with melee in your right hand, and in your left hand you choose a magic staff that lets you either throw fire and burn your enemies, or create spike walls, or even turn your enemies into chickens. So there's a lot of variety and customization to build with your character, with cards every single level, and a huge variety of loot that is procedurally generated that can have buffs to your own personal damage, or even the buffing power of the army that you raise. As I went through the story and quest, I found myself having fun being able to kill and resurrect anything I had just killed by me and my army. I did find at times when I was fighting, my army seemed to be significantly weaker than the enemy AI, so I was constantly having to resurrect on the fly, which at times can feel epic, as you can only imagine the horror the humans have in the middle of a fight for their lives, to see you resurrect their fallen comrades to your side, and then in turn, you murder them. But at times, it did feel a bit tedious to see my army die so easily. That could have also been because I built my character balanced between army command and my own personal damage instead of building my character solely based on army damage and health. But one neat aspect that I really liked is that even though the boss encounters in the game were mostly relatively simple, I did like that I could resurrect the bosses themselves. Even though it took a lot of your command power, it was cool to see the bosses you had just struggled to fight and beat be on your side after murdering them. The campaign has a lot of quests and variety, a lot of different areas, and the map is pretty huge. The amount of story and gameplay you're going to get out of Undead Horde is going to be a good amount of hours. There's also side quests, there's also secret items to find, and even secret areas with bosses in it. So there's a lot of content packed into this game. So overall, while I feel the game has its moments of being a bit repetitive, and at times I wish my army could stay alive a bit longer, granted, I probably could have built my character solely army-based, I really enjoyed the combat the game has to offer, with the ability to make my necromancer strong with his magic and melee skills, but also being able to resurrect my own army and able to recruit specific minions I wanted. Which, by the way, you can do from your home base, including the bosses you had just killed. I love the procedurally generated loot, as you can get an epic piece of loot and get excited to try out something new, and it was neat to see the variety of rings, amulets, and weapons having different mods on them, like vampirism or flat damage for you or your army. So then you couple all that with the ability to build your character any way you want and try out new and different things with the new mods on all the different types of loot. And there's just so much depth to this game that at times I was blown away that a game that looks relatively simple has so much under the hood. For me, the Undead Horde on the Nintendo Switch gets an 8 out of 10. This is a must-buy if you're looking for a game with good value, with a lot of content and depth in it. If you like RPG, strategy, and action-oriented combat with the cool ability to raise the dead, you'll enjoy this game. You'll get a lot of hours in gameplay and even some replayability with being able to make new and different types of builds through different playthroughs. But that's going to be for me on this review. If you guys have any different thoughts, if you like this game or you don't like this game, let me know down in the comments down below. But thank you for watching here on Sunnyside TV. If you're new, subscribe, and if you like this review, please give me a thumbs up. But that's going to be it for me, guys. You guys have a sunny day.